Hi everyone, Sandman here. This video is not brought to you by any donations, thanks to the COVID crisis. If you want to cover a topic of your choosing, then you can donate through either PayPal or Subscribestar. Now on with the show. If you're a man going his own way that's been to the MGTOW Reddit, then you know that it's been quarantined for quite some time now, because of all kinds of nonsense aimed at shutting down men sharing secrets about women. You may not know this, but a similar subreddit for women that is offensive in many ways called Female Dating Strategies is still up. It's teaching women to not settle for men and to walk away from us. There are posts on there defending single mothers saying that they aren't the ones responsible for bad male behaviors, even though the majority of men in prisons are mostly from single mother households. Without male authority to set limits on guys' behavior, men challenge society instead and society throws them in jail. They're even promoting the idea on that subreddit that it's better to get divorced than to stay in a toxic marriage. Of course, where that toxicity really comes from is not mentioned. I'll discuss why I don't think that the female dating strategy subreddit has been banned just yet, in a moment. But let me first tell everyone about today's sponsor, Lindsay Transmission. Kit Lindsay owns and operates his tranny shop in Missouri. No, not these types of trannies, but these types. He fixes vintage transmissions in many of the cars that you see here. So if you've got a classic car in the United States or Canada, you can ship him the parts through UPS. He accomplishes the repair and then sends it back. He's also a fellow MGTOW and one of the few men in the country who works on antique and classic car transmissions. So give him a call. His contact information is in the description below. Anyways, now back to Clown World. I put a link in the description to an article from The Verge called Reddit's Female Dating Strategy Offers Women Advice and a Strict Rulebook for How to Act. And this article does a great in-depth analysis about female dating strategies. The Verge reached out to Female Dating Strategies moderation team for comment. The moderators said that they would only speak to them if they provided valid government-issued ID as proof of identity, which The Verge then declined. I guess perhaps those so-called journalists didn't like the idea that they might get doxxed if they said something naughty, since government IDs usually have a pesky home address on them. The Verge is left-leaning, but what shocked me most about FDS, or female dating strategies, is that it seems partially conservative. It's decided to ban trans women from posting there in addition to men. The Against Hate subreddit calls them transphobic, yet they aren't quarantined yet. If the MGTOW subreddit, on the other hand, banned trans people, there would be not only a quarantine but an outright ban of it. FDS sounds traditional because the women running it say things like, "Don't rush into sex, let him take the lead," which is advice found in dating books back in the 90s and 2000s, such as The Rules, Time-Tested Secrets for Capturing the Heart of Mr. Right. Also on that subreddit, women that ask men out or propose to men first are mocked. One post said that an abusive man should seek sex workers instead of normal women. I find myself agreeing to a lot of the things that these women are saying. Things like don't be a cheap whore and an easy score. Not because you respect yourself, but because you know you've caught the man first. This place is showing female nature on display and completely unashamed about it. But the Verge writer Erin Taylor doesn't seem to like what's being said there. She even says this, and I quote, "The guidelines can be very useful for setting boundaries, but they become oppressive to women too," unquote. What's that I hear, Erin? You don't like this idea that a woman should give up sex too easily because the man hasn't been hooked into her deeper emotionally yet, and we men of course desire more what we have to work for. Also, is there anything that women aren't being oppressed about, including rules that they themselves create? Even oxygen might be oppressive because it still takes some work to breathe. I think there's something more to this subreddit than meets the eye. I think it's pulling out ideas from both the left and the right when it comes to controlling men. It's like PUA for women, except instead of pickup being its end goal, the goal is commitment in controlling a relationship, where the woman has all the power. As men going our own way, we are naturally angry at subreddits like this because we don't want to see women use trickery to get a man into a bad situation, where he has no idea what's going on. After all, we're online trying to warn men about the female behavior that's found on the subreddits. But FDS isn't really right-leaning completely because they still tell women not to disclose the number of sexual partners they've had. What I think they're teaching women is to act like they're conservative while hiding their inner slut. How is that any different than what most conservative women do? They also play the left's game with words. For example, they phased out femcel language because it was scaring people away from their new ideology. So it seems that they're just grabbing what they could from femcels on one side and 1990s dating books on the other. As for FDS itself, it has such lovely titles such as Men Are Static Regardless of Their Age, Preferring Young Girls. Women are more dynamic and desire men around their own age. Of course, most women can't attract much younger men, and are thus stuck having to pick from older ones that they don't always find attractive. Instead of painting this fact in a negative light, they say that women are more dynamic. The only thing dynamic about an older woman is her high notch count and truckloads full of emotional baggage. What I also find interesting is the wishy-washy language from Erin, the Verge writer. She says this, and I quote too as well. Day to day, the subreddit continues to fill with screenshots of funny tweets and inspirational quotes, images that are easy to get sucked in by and keep scrolling past. Those looking for true advice, though, will find something far more judgmental. When one woman recently asked another relationship subreddit how to help her boyfriend with erectile dysfunction, FDS spotted the thread and chimed in, with the tag, dump his ass. An FDS poster assessed this situation and said, pick Misha, wasting her time with small dick dude with ED, unquote. So Erin Taylor first compliments and then she insults FDS. If this were an article about any group in the manosphere, there would be no compliment first. She would immediately proceed to attacking us with zero compliments. Other posts on there are also quite traditional sounding. One is called Why Porn is Bad, and women on there say that it ruins men and their minds and sexuality, making them garbage partners. The translation of that is porn makes men less susceptible to women's sexual advances, because he rubbed one out like a champ before meeting you on a first date, and therefore, he won't be doing anything stupid like seeing you again because he's thirsty. One woman now even claims that she caught her ex-boyfriend jerking it to a naked girl on Reddit, and then she dumped him then and there, after 3.5 years. But does anyone really believe that? That's sort of extreme. It sounds to me like much of FDS is written by women hoping that men will read it and then get scared that women would overreact like that. So it means that guys won't actually look at porn for fear of being dumped by their long-term girlfriends. I think a portion of this subreddit has something to do with projecting disinformation to scare inexperienced dudes. While in the manosphere, most male channels, we don't care if women are listening or not. But on FDS, they know that men are listening, and they want us to read their posts because they are women after all, and they crave attention, regardless of if it's positive or negative. In another funny post, one woman wanted the advice of other women about a guy paying for her apartment, while he didn't even live there with her. She wanted to know what other people thought because he was the one renting the place in his name, and then handing over the keys to her. One woman says that his name is on the lease, making her a subletter and him the landlord. Hell no. She also says to never put that sort of power in the hands of man, if she can't afford to rent the apartment herself, and that she shouldn't get attached to the guy's money, because it means that he has power over her. I find all this kind of funny. One woman telling another to be virtuous and not use a man's money unless it's just a bonus, and only take the apartment if she can afford her own. This would be the equivalent of some guy showing up on my channel and asking me if the friends with benefits relationship he has with his girlfriend is a good idea. That she's the one giving him sex all the time and that it feels great. Then I would say, how do you know she's not going to find a boyfriend and start having sex with him and cut you off? If you haven't gotten commitment out of her, then it's not worth it. How do you know you won't come to rely on the sex you have with her for free without a relationship? And then she can use it against you later when she gets you hooked. How do you know she's not going to file a false allegation? I guess you see my point, guys. It sounds insane. What guy is going to turn down what amounts to free sex, and just as much what woman is going to turn down what amounts to free money and resources? Do the women on FDS really think that men are that impressionable and stupid? I guess so. Another woman says that instead of the guy paying for that woman's apartment, he should ask her for a marriage and actually commit to her. That what she's doing now is a weird prostitution-like arrangement. I find that the majority of women on that subreddit are bitter and angry. They seem to want to trap men any which way they can. Sounds to me like I should be asking them, who hurt you? The Verge article also discusses many other things like how female dating strategies helped one woman leave an abusive relationship, and also about women learning about their worth. I think that women, just like men, are looking for some sort of structure and discipline in their lives. They go on to a subreddit like FDS, and the women there are strict with rules, and it appeals to them, because it's structure being imposed on them from above, but not from a man, but from other women. There are also quite contradictory things being said. On one hand, they say that damaged men that aren't worth dating should be using working girls instead, but then they also make posts about their hatred for sex workers. I see it as typical female cognitive dissonance. It also promotes the idea that women should only pursue high-value males, as opposed to low-value males, or even average ones. This means that FDS will end the species, which is the same argument that I've heard on my content and other content encouraging men to go their own way. According to The Verge, the subreddit also deletes posts that don't follow their principles. So women who don't follow FDS's strict ideology are quickly pushed out of there by the moderators. I guess what they're trying to do is create a cavernous, stretched out, and stenched up vaginal echo chamber, where only the women with angry attitudes are allowed in. I bet that they also have fun making sure that men can't get in there and post anything. Or even women with views that they don't agree with can't post there. I guess that they're probably scared that if someone tries to criticize them in their arguments, they'll end up folding like a cheap suitcase. This is probably the one and only time I'm going to mention the subreddit. I don't want to give them any traffic or new members from any of the few female listeners on my channel. It's not fair when you're slut-shaming, banning trans women, and doing all kinds of unsavory things that would get any male-centric subreddit banned. Yet you're still not even quarantined. I wouldn't call it female dating strategies. I would call it male hating strategies instead, because they appear to be all about looking for reasons and excuses to hate us, telling women that have been in long-term relationships to dump their boyfriends and husbands because of their rules. Anyways, that's it for today. Thanks again to COVID for choking off my donations. This video's for you. Don't forget to smash the like button the way that female dating strategies tells women to let men smash them, but only if they get something in exchange for it first, like commitment. Bang the bell and check out the mystery link. Follow me on BitChute, Twitter, and Facebook to get tomorrow's video today. Subscribe to me on Minds and Gab to get the video for the day after tomorrow. This channel's been demonetized, so if you want to get back at corporate censors, demonetize them by taking away their ad dollars by installing the Brave browser. Link is down below. It also helps me out and you get cryptocurrency for viewing ads as well. You can also help me out through Subscribestar. Thanks for taking your daily dose of red pills, and remember, a red pill a day keeps women creating their own rules for dating that they'll probably never ever follow away. So enjoy the rest of your day, and cheers. If you want to get your hands on this Thought Tears mug, then visit my Teespring store down in the description. You can also get your hands on the Cure for Feminism t-shirt and classic tank top. If someone doesn't like it, then you can ask them if they're being Islamophobic. I also have a Sandman t-shirt, and 25% of the sales proceeds go to the artist, as well as the classic Sandman sticker and mug. You can also get the entire Sandman collection through digital download or USB key if you want through email. Those are the sound files for the first 5 seasons of my channel, so you can have those to take on the go. Each season is $15 US. Finally, you can also talk to me via one-on-one coaching through Skype for only $45 an hour. My contact email and Teespring shop are the first links down in the description.